Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Perler Lab. I'm Jen, and this is my daughter,
Morgan.
Thank you so much for joining us today. We're so excited. As you can see, our Perler Lab is all ready for the holiday season. So we thought that we would do a holiday related project with you today. We are going to make
Gingerbread houses.
gingerbread houses. We're so excited. So our gingerbread houses, they hold little tea lights. And then when the lights are a little bit dim, you can see them light up. We're also going to show you a few other things that you can do with the gingerbread houses. So I think we're ready to talk about all the supplies that we need and we can get started. So the very first thing you need is your downloadable printable pattern sheet. This was emailed to the adult email address when you signed up for the class. So make sure that you have that printed out and ready to go. Then, of course, you need one of the most important items, right, to start our project, which is the Perler bead. So we recommended the 11,000 bead jar, and we will talk about the colors that we're going to use out of the jar in just a few minutes. We also asked you to get the square, large, clear pegboards. There's 2 in a pack. So Morgan's using one, I'm using another, which is great. These also come with the ironing paper that you need. The ironing paper also comes in the jar, but the best thing about the ironing paper is it's reusable. So you've probably been with us before, and if not, welcome, and save your ironing paper because you can use it time and time again with all your Perler projects. So we have a few sheets of the ironing paper with us today. You can also use a tweezers for your project. It's optional. You do not have to get the tweezers. I like to use them. Sometimes I use my hands, just my fingers to put the beads in the pegboard. It's really up to you. It's just personal preference. We also suggested that you bring some glitter with you today. So we picked the extra fine Creatology glitter. It's like a snow color almost. It's white and it has some sparkles in it. That was optional. And of course, you need your iron. That's how we're going to fuse the beads together. It's just a regular household iron, but no steam and no water. So don't fill your iron. We'll tell you in a little bit when it's time to turn it on, and we have to make sure that we have an adult with us when it's time to start the iron and for the ironing. But we'll go through that a couple times because we'll iron Morgan's project and mine, and we'll show you how to do that. So I think we're ready to get started. Before the class, Morgan and I took our 11,000 bead jar and we separated our beads in a tray. You don't have to do that. It's just something we did for the class. It's a little bit easier. Sometimes we share. You can open up the jar and put the beads out on the table and pick the colors that you need. But we're going to tell you what colors we are going to use for today's project. You want to read them off?
Sure. You would need red, pink, yellow, kiwi lime, toothpaste, plum, light brown, white, and clear.
And the clear, that's really cool because we're going to use that for the windows. So when our gingerbread comes together, you're really going to see how that works. So I think we're ready to get started. You take your pegboard and you put it on top of your pattern sheet. And then you'll line up the pegs where the circles are. And then we'll use the color and the key to determine what color bead we're going to put in the circle. So we're going to get started. I'm going to start at the top of my gingerbread house with the white.
I'm starting at the top of my gingerbread house
with the brown. Okay. And I like to do all the same color at once.
I like to do from up and down, but sometimes same color.
So it's really up to you. However you want to make your Perler project. I just like to do all the colors at once. So I'm going to do everything that's on the gingerbread house. So during the class, if you have any questions or comments, you can type it in the Q&A and we'll try to answer any questions we can.
But first, I have a question for you guys.
You have a question already?
And you guys can actually answer this in the Q&A, like my mom said. But the question is, what is your favorite Christmas event? Do you guys like go to parties? Do you do house parties?
Ooh, your favorite Christmas or holiday event? I know one of my favorites.
What's yours?
Do you want to know what it is?
Sure.
I like when we make the real gingerbread house and decorate it out of the cookie gingerbread house.
I really like when we do a party and then we also do gingerbread houses.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Anna likes to give gifts.
That's
Anna likes to give gifts. That is such a nice, thoughtful holiday activity. We like that too. Good job, Morgan. We also want to let you guys know that when we're finished with the project today, if you have an adult, put it on social media and you can hashtag make it with Michaels. You can also hashtag Perler and hashtag Perler art class, because then we will go back and we'll show everybody here at the Perler lab the cool projects that you guys made.
Make sure to hashtag make
Make it with Michaels. Very good. And if you want to get creative with your gingerbread house, maybe you don't have the 11,000 bead jar, but you have other colors, or maybe you do, but you want to change it up, that works too, right, Morgan?
I remember one time for the back to school one, I made a pink apple.
Instead of a red. Yes,
And
that's,
if you guys want to go check that out, it's on my
you're right.
Somebody said they like to watch out the window for Rudolph, his brother, each Christmas.
Oh,
That's really
watch
cute.
out the window, waiting for Rudolph. I love that.
That's really sweet.
That is
Or
sweet.
their little brother.
Love it. So if this is the first time that you're joining us for a Perler art class on Michaels, we have more coming up. And Michaels hosts these art classes twice a week. So you can go on michaels.com and you can sign up, and it's free to do all sorts of art classes, not just the Perler, but other ones too. And it's michaels.com/classes. And we'd love to hear some of the other classes that maybe you've participated in. But our next class is going to be December 21st. And we're going to do a really cool winter project with you.
My sweater keeps on hitting it.
That's okay. I'm just finishing up the white, but I'm gonna save the second part of my pattern. So what I should have called out, and I apologize, is on your pattern sheet, you're gonna see there's a house, and then this white pattern at the top is actually the base. So it will end up being two pieces that will snap together and make your project look like this. So this base will help the gingerbread house stand. Morgan and I also did a few where we did not do the base.
That's when
I think she's going to do that now. I might want to roll that sleeve up.
Can you go over that again? Someone's asking if we can see the finished one, including how it looks on the back.
Sure. So I'll review this one more time. So again, there's two different designs on the pattern sheet, and it's the house and the base. Once you create both pieces, the feet here, the bottom of the house is going to snap in. I'll hold it this way. Maybe could we do a front view on the camera for a second? There you go. So it's going to look like this. And then when you turn it around, the back's going to have some extra room. And that's where your tea light can sit. So now if we go back to the overhead camera, I'll show you, this is one with the tea light on. So that's the back. And if you decide not to do the base, we can tell you all kinds of things you can do with this gingerbread house. We can make it into an ornament. We can put some Velcro on the back. We can put a magnet on the back. Maybe you could put it on top of a gift, like a gift tag. And because you can walk away from the perler beads and come back, you can always do the base later. So if you don't get through the whole project with us today, you can always come back.
I am on my
I'm sorry.
So you're fine. I'm gonna clear the windows.
Ooh, I love the clear.
Also, another big question for you guys. What is your favorite color that we're using today?
That's a good one. Morgan wants to know what your favorite color is that we're using today in our
Favorite
gingerbread
color.
houses. So I think I might have given away mine earlier. What do you think?
Clear.
The clear. I like the clear because when we use it for windows,
I think you know.
yes, I do think I know your favorite color.
Go ahead.
Does anyone know Morgan's favorite color? If you've been with us before,
You know.
you probably know what her favorite color is on our color key today. I'm going to tell everybody if we don't have anybody write in.
Anna said her favorites are toothpaste and plum. Anna's favorites are toothpaste.
Anna's are toothpaste and plum.
Lainey likes toothpaste.
Lainey likes toothpaste. Okay, Morgan, you want to tell everybody? I
Mine
know.
is toothpaste.
Toothpaste. Morgan's favorite color is toothpaste.
My favorite color is teal, so I really, really like the toothpaste and the light
Plus-
it's like a pastel.
The name is very cool. I like the name.
Crystal's favorite color is red.
Crystal likes red.
Krista.
Krista likes red, which is perfect for the holidays. You're good. No, it's fine. I just need to grab some gingerbread color. Brown, the light brown.
It's time for me to use the toothpaste. Using it for like it looks like maybe like gumdrops.
You're right. So besides the Michael's free classes that we were talking about earlier, like this one, you can also check michaels.com and you can check out some of their new premium classes. And these premium classes are called the Maker Academy. And they really focus on building skills and techniques with different fine art projects and also some baking. So Michael's has some very cool classes online that are fun to check out, especially as it starts to get a little cold. We're in Pennsylvania, so it's cold here. So sometimes we're looking for some of those extra indoor activities, and arts and crafts are always the way we go, right, Morgan? Now I'm going to start my pink. How are you doing?
Good. I have like the bread and the gumdrop part, but now I just need the roof.
Okay. Well, and I still have the base to do.
Names in California, she said it's really hot.
Hot in California. It is not hot here.
And Crystal said we don't want it.
Okay. We will slow down. And when it comes to the ironing, I'll iron my pattern, my project, I'll iron Morgan's, and then you can also go to perler.com. So if you wouldn't finish it with us here today, or maybe the next time you're doing a Perler project and you forget, you can either go back to michaels.com and this video will be posted and you can watch the whole video or go back to the ironing, but you could also watch, you could go to perler.com and we have all the instructions on how to iron there. One more pink. And now I'm going to move to red.
That's the exact thing.
If
I
we
have
have
a
a
rabbit.
pet. So Presley
Yes.
is asking if we have a pet.
Yes, I have
Presley, I have something to tell you. Morgan got a pet last Christmas from her parents. She's been asking for one for a long time, right? A rabbit.
Mhm.
We also have a cat. Do you have a pet, Presley? Does anyone have a pet they want to tell us about?
My pet bunny, his name is Cooper, and he's a hollow mop, so his ears are really down.
Yeah,
They're really cute.
Cooper.
Lainey has horses and dogs.
Lainey has horses and dogs. That's really cool. Horses. That'd be so fun, right, Morgan?
Crystal has a cat.
Krista has a cat.
Adeline just got a puppy.
Who just got a puppy?
Adeline.
Adeline just got a puppy. Congratulations.
Nancy has a cat.
Nancy has a cat.
Vivian has a dog.
Vivian has a dog.
Danielle has a beagle.
Danielle has a beagle.
Sayori and Nico and what's the name of that Pomsky named Sushi.
Nico and Sayori.
And I can't see the third name.
There's another name that's coming up on the Q&A, but it gets cut off on our screen.
Yeah,
A Pomsky. Wow.
Anna has a cat.
Anna has a cat. Lots of pets. I do like that. We haven't heard another rabbit though.
Do you guys maybe like know someone who has a
Who
pet?
has a rabbit?
Mhm.
You're doing great. How are you guys doing on your Perler projects? Let us know if
Going too fast and
our
slow.
speed's a little bit better.
Someone already mentioned it, which I think we appreciate.
Yes, we always do.
Well,
I'm doing my clear windows. Ooh, I put brown in here by accident.
Once they had a rabbit in Paris for 8 years. And
Adeline had a rabbit. Harry.
He was litter trained.
Ours is litter trained as well.
But he likes to kick the
Mm.
bottom of his litter box.
All right, so I'm gonna start on my base. I finished my gingerbread house, and this is all the white color.
What are you guys doing? Are you guys just doing like a like maybe like an ornament like I'm doing? Are you guys doing the base like my mom's doing?
Yeah, let us know, and that will help us determine.
And if you're doing like another color, oh my god.
Yeah, well, either way, we'd love to see these. Again, it's hashtag make it at Michael's.
And hashtag Perler.
No, hashtag Perler
Perler.
and Perler art class. But you can go to perler.com. And at perler.com, we have many more patterns. So if there's more projects that you'd like to do, we post patterns. That you can download and create more projects. Thanks.
Yeah, so if you guys are doing an ornament, so this is actually optional. If you guys want to add like this little snow
At the bottom,
below, I didn't. But if you're doing the base,
you
it's up
need
to you.
you need to put those in if you're doing the base, because that's how it snaps in.
here's the glitter. Also, you want to do this when like you're ironing or before you're ironing.
Before you're ironing, right? So before we start on the glitter, I'm gonna keep going on the base. I'm gonna plug in my iron a while.
Make sure you
So,
have an adult.
yes, please make sure you have an adult with you.
At least maybe doing it or watching.
Correct. And we put our iron at a medium heat setting. Again, it's just a household iron. It's no water and no steam. And you can let your iron start to heat up before we get ready to fuse the beads. So while I work on the base, we're gonna have Morgan start on some glitter. So the glitter is optional,
Let's put that for that.
but if you decide to use the glitter, you have to put it on before you iron. So Morgan is going to add the glitter to her gingerbread house while I finish the base.
Here we go. Make this the magic. There we go. That's it.
Very good. Leave the glitter out because I think I'm gonna have you put some glitter on my project too.
Try on the side.
Get
Get it on
every,
the chimney.
of course. I mean, if we're gonna use glitter, let's really use it. So let me just get through the base.
Really good.
Thank you. Sure, go ahead.
And can you put on the front camera
Mhm.
the spotlight?
Yeah, hold on. There you go.
So here's what an ornament looks like. Here's the glitter. We have like a little tree. Here's what an ornament looks like. It will hang just like an ornament.
Yep, we just pulled some string that we had. You can use anything. And if you use the string, you just got to make sure that you are not completely closing the beads when you iron.
So
And we'll
go
talk about
through.
that, right? We'll talk about that a little bit more when we start to iron.
Do you guys do any gingerbread houses like on your own? Maybe with like a friend. Do you guys do any gingerbread houses?
one of my favorite holiday activity.
I love the icing.
And you know what? I have a good question, Morgan, that has to do with gingerbread houses. We always try to get creative with the candy that we use on the gingerbread house. So we would love to hear if there's anything maybe we haven't tried for when we make our cookie gingerbread house. So we usually use a little bit of licorice, right?
Gumdrops.
Gumdrops, some chocolate.
She kisses. We do.
We've used a mini candy cane before,
And
the
if you
real
guys-
small
And
ones.
you guys got that like sprinkling with flour or sugar for the smell.
Oh, yes, I remember doing that.
Sometimes you use graham crackers for the roof.
So we would love to hear some candy suggestions for our gingerbread house this year, because we always try to.
Do you guys go like real creative with your like? Do you guys do like a mini, and not like a gingerbread house, but maybe like a
Something
sculpture?
else, right? Or a different kind of house. Like we've seen, someone did like a fire station one time when we went.
A big tower.
Yeah,
Tower.
tower.
Someone did even a plane.
Jelly
Jelly
beans.
beans.
That's a good
I
idea.
remember doing that for like a little wreath.
That's a great idea. Okay, I'm almost done with the base, and then we're gonna.
Some of them you can smash like rock candy and put on the floor for snow.
That's a good idea. Take rock candy and smash it up.
Make gingerbread house out of graham crackers, and you can use
Mini
Nice
marshmallows.
marshmallow floor. That's still a really good one.
That is
Do
a
you
really
guys-
good one.
Do you guys sometimes use Reese's Pieces? We
Ooh.
do.
Yeah, all kinds of different chocolate. All right, so I am almost done with the base.
I'm gonna bedazzle part 2.
And I'm gonna switch with Morgan. Give me 1 second. I'm almost done. And then Morgan and I are gonna trade,
You guys can see the glitter.
and she is going to
There we go.
put the glitter on my project while I start to go through the ironing. So let's switch it up. We're just gonna trade spots. Can you do me a favor? Hold on. Can you just move the piece of paper for me? The pattern sheet? Thank you. Perfect. So now Morgan is going to put some glitter on that. So I'm going to start the ironing process. I've had the iron on a medium heat for a little bit. I know my iron is nice and warm. And now this is where you take your ironing paper and you cover the project. And please remember to have an adult parent, an older sibling that can help you do this part. And put the iron down. And I always say like a medium bit of pressure. I don't press super hard, but I'm not light about it. I do press down a little bit. And as I start to iron, you're going to see some of the melting happening through the ironing paper.
Here's the trick. You guys can also put glitter on the base too.
Glitter on the base. Morgan's putting glitter on the base and the house. So it really depends on how you want your project to look. Some of our friends like to completely close the holes. Some like it open. But this is the back side. So sometimes I do a little bit of an extra iron to make sure that I'm fusing them all together. And you can see the white is melting a little bit more quickly. So I'm going to go down here and do the bottom. Make sure I get the top of the chimney and the sides, and I have them all fused together. Now, sometimes I just do a little check. It looks like they're melted. Please be careful, it's warm. And then I take the pegboard and I flip it over, and the pegboard will pop off. I'm going to put that aside. Now you can fold your ironing paper right on top. I have another sheet with me here because we do Perler projects all the time. I lay it right on top, and now I'm going to iron the front side of my project. And I'm still going to use a medium pressure. I'm not going to iron it too much because I'd like the holes a little open because that's how I like for my project to look. And again, you can see it coming through the ironing paper. And then you just lift it up. And again, it is warm, so please be careful.
I'm gonna leave it out for like a minute. And
And
here's the thing with Perler beads. So even if too hot, I think they cool down very quickly.
they do cool down quickly. So here's this one. It is a little bit warm. I'm gonna let this cool with Morgan. Now we're gonna switch.
You guys can see the glitter.
It looks so good. Okay, so we'll walk through this again. And like I said, you can also go to perler.com for any additional instructions on the ironing. So we put the glitter on first. We put the ironing paper on top. Our iron's at a medium heat. And we'll start to fuse those beads together. Now on this one, we did put the snow at the bottom so that it snaps into the base. So make sure you get your iron on the bottom of the project and get those beads
Because there's
fused together,
two
right?
holes.
Yeah, that's what the base is going to look like in the end. So I'm going to get the side. I'm going to make sure I get the bottom.
But yeah, did you guys use like a different color for something? Like I know sometimes they use like a different color, like the door, the gumdrop.
Yes, you can get creative. That's what's great about Perler beads, right? You can use whatever color you want. I'm going to start to move over here to the base,
Also remember that the paper that we're using,
the ironing
the
paper.
ironing paper, thank you. It's also reusable, so you guys can actually save this for our next project.
Our next class. Yep. So as a reminder, our next class is December 21st. And we're going to do a fun winter related project. Just really want to make sure that I get these bottom pieces fused. And then I want to give a little bit more ironing up here to the base. And I'm getting all the edges. And again, you can see it really coming through the ironing paper. Check on it a little bit. Looks like everything's in good shape. Then I'm just going to flip my pegboard. It is a little warm. And flip it over and take the pegboard off. And then I'm going to place my ironing paper on top and make sure I fuse the front of my project. And here again, I like when the beads are open a little bit. So I'm just going to iron it a little bit just so I know that the beads are fused together, but I'd rather them look open. And remember, if you're deciding to do an ornament, you definitely want to leave some of the beads open at the top so that you can get the string through. Okay. I'm going to double check. I think I'm good to go. Take the ironing paper off and give that to you. And I'm just going to let this cool a minute. Take it off the ironing paper. You did a really great job on the glitter. Okay, so now we have our two pieces, the base and the gingerbread. And then where we put these three holes on each side, they're going to snap into this base.
There we go.
Just like
And
this.
like my mom said, it can also hold like a
Hold
tea
a
light.
tea light. So I'm just going to show you again. Yeah, Morgan has hers.
Look how cool they look.
It's the tea light.
I love
Holds
this
the tea
project
light.
today.
It is a really
a
great
really fun
project, and it has
project.
me in the mood for the holiday season.
And
So there we have it today, right, Morgan? So here is, sorry, honey, you want to hold this up?
Here's some. All you gotta do is put the string and then it's done.
So also, if you don't have string, you can glue it on a card. You can glue it on a piece of paper and maybe make it a gift tag.
Yes, maybe use some floss.
Yes, magnet. You can do all kinds of things with this. So our gingerbread house can be used a lot of different ways. And I think this was a very fun project. How about
Yes.
you?
Okay.
So again, we thank you guys so much for being with us here today. Hashtag make it at Michael's. We would love to see your projects. We show them to everybody here in the Perler Lab. We'll be back on michaels.com on December 21st with our winter project. So be sure to sign up and join us. And we hope you guys have a great rest of the week. Share your gingerbread houses with all your friends. And we're so thankful that you were here with us today. So thanks for coming, and we'll see you soon. Bye.